Hey, welcome back to the channel, Plastic Junkies. Got another little inbox review for you. This is also from Hobby Boss. This is the 72nd version of their F-14 Tomcat. I bought this for my son a little while ago, and he has since informed me that he doesn't like building models. So I'm going to build it. So let's see. This is the artwork on the box, very nice, showing BF2 bounty hunters. Let's go ahead and open this up. As you can see, my son's already been in it. Typical Hobby Boss, you get your paint guide. It gives you two options for the aircraft. It gives you a high-vis BF2 and a high-vis BF31. And it also gives you markings for the low-vis BF2, this is what we're going to be doing the markings in on this one. It's a simple two-tone TPS tactical paint scheme. The instructions are typical Hobby Boss. Sprue tree layout, very nicely detailed, not detailed but drawn out, nice and clear. The instructions are very well laid out. Seems like it's a real easy kit to build. It's going to be real fun. It does come with 4 Phoenixes, 2 Sidewinders, and 2 Sparrows. Typical loadout for them. For the Spider Squadron. Same fuselage halves as its 48 scale Big Brother. Clear parts. Weapon sprues. As you can see, the Phoenixes and the pallets. These are the Sidewinders. And let's see, these are the Sparrows down here at the bottom. ETs and more Phoenix pallets, along with the Sidewinder arm rails and Sparrow adapter rails. You'll have to forgive me on this, everybody. Like I said, the kit's already been gone through. Here are your main wheels, your main struts, your front landing gear, and your intakes. Also your gear wells. If I can get the rubber band off of there. You have your carbon fiber engine panels. You have the GE exhaust nozzle, the cockpit instrument panel, the beaver tail, 1 TCS chin pod, which is the single. On this sprue we have main wheels that my son's already tried painting. We have the 2 halves for the dual TCS chin pod and the Erst circuit search and track. Here we have our wings, our vertical and horizontal stabilizers. Oh, and also we have the bolt chaff rails, which are correct for that 14D. We have our ejection seats, which have already been cut off and done. Tell you, a little thing to modeling these really small parts. I take a lot of medication for health conditions. These little pill container things are awesome for holding small parts. You know, so you don't have to leave them in your box and they get lost. So, model tips. We have the cockpit tub and the 2 halves of the forward fuselage, along with the gear being molded in with them, the gear doors. Now these guys, this one's not so bad. This one does have a lot of flash on it right in this area right here, right on the door, but it's nothing little scraping won't take care of. Um, while I'm waiting on some things to come in from Japan, from Hobby Boss, I'm just going to go ahead and build this. I'm going to probably do, put it together, show you what I've done, go from there step by step. So I guess the next step would be for me to get cracking on the cockpit. So as soon as I get that done, I'll continue the video and show you what I've accomplished. So we'll see you in a few minutes. And we're back again. I just want to say I had a little chance to do some work on this. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I did spray the tub. The color it's supposed to be is a flat dark gold gray. I did put the decals on it. Let me see if I can move this a little closer and see if you guys can see them. That's all this cockpit is nothing but decals. So, you take what you get. The control sticks are in for the Rio and for the Pilot. And I did paint the interior sidewalls and the landing gear doors. So, next step is put all this together and show you the finished cockpit. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back everybody. As you can see, I've already installed the tub. Masked off the front windscreen and installed it. I'm letting it dry right now. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit to show you. Well, yeah, there we go. You can kind of see everything's been decaled and clear flat's been put on there. So next step is to go and do some putty work here along the spine and this join line here, especially on the front part of the fuselage. Just a little touch-up work there. There's something I noticed on every picture that I looked at on the F-14D. There is no antenna right here. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I need to go back and sand that off, because the GPS dome goes right here. Then there's an antenna back here and an antenna up front. There's not a third antenna. So I need to correct that. As you see, I've started to do a little work on the intakes and sanded down some things and just touched a few areas of paint. The fan blades are already in. So next thing to do on them is this little area here. I'm going to mask off a little bit and finish doing the white on this on both sides. Then I'm going to mask, let me get you on camera, right here and right here for the underbelly color for the 3-tone TPS, or excuse me, 2-tone TPS, and put the intakes on, airbrush that, and we'll have this thing buttoned up pretty soon. All in all, for 70-second scale, I'm used to working with Hasegawa or well, Hasegawa is basically the only one that I've ever worked with, but they're good kits. They're pretty decently priced. They're not too bad right now. Well, now they are. They're pathetic in price. For a 1/48 scale CBW F-14D from CBW-14 F-14D. Excuse me, I'll get it out here in just a minute. Can you tell this stuff is not scripted? Just looking around for one from Hasegawa, you're going to pay anywhere from $150 all the way up to $255, when I know for a fact that you can still get these kits for less than $50. So these guys are basically taking advantage of us modelers out there thinking that we're stupid and not knowing where to go and find these kits, when they're still out there. As a matter of fact, you can get them on eBay for $45. So don't go to Amazon and don't buy model kits from them. These are especially the guys that are from Japan. They're charging outrageous prices, 151 US dollars plus shipping from Japan. Crazy. Anyway, I guess that was my rant. I don't know. I put the front windscreen on with some PVA glue. I'm letting it set up to dry, and as soon as it's dry, I will go ahead and start puttying because I don't want to shift this around too much, and so I don't have to go back and putty it. Anyway, I'll get some more work done on this and come back to you. Oh, by the way, I did figure out a solution for the 48 scale that with the issue I was having with the engines and the intakes and all this other stuff and waiting on extra parts and all this junk. Watching Genesis Models channel, Bobby went through and he had the same issue I did, and the only thing he did was go through and cut some of the engine off. So that's what I'm going to do. Then that way I don't have to build fog covers, or maybe I'll do it just for the heck of it. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to get a little bit farther on this one and get ready to do all the seam lines and everything else. Go back and sand, rescribe, and get a coat of primer on it. So hopefully when I come back you'll see this just ready before primer stage, and get everything taken care of and ready for that. I'm going to have to mask off the cockpit because I don't want to spray down in there. Basically what I'm going to do is just mask off the canopy, piece of blue tack, stick it on there, airbrush it, pull it off, then go back in with the brush and paint this black. So it's coming along. It's actually a fun build. I'm actually having fun with this. So we'll see you in a few.